We are live from the Edge Ice Arena in Bensonville for semifinal number 2, right here on the SHL Network on YouTube Live. Good evening, everybody, and welcome into our nightcap of the evening. A thrilling OT winner for St. Viator, who heads to the state championship. Between these two teams, they look to punch their ticket to the final game. Coming up on Sunday, it's going to be Loyola or Stevenson. Alongside Wes Anderson and Taylor Rambold, I am Max Anderson. Thank you for tuning in with us here tonight. We appreciate your viewership and look forward to this game coming up here in just a moment. These two teams met several times in the regular season. It was Stevenson who won 2 of those 3 matchups. For more on how Loyola is going to look to change that tune here tonight and get to the state championship, we're going to send it down to ice level, where Wes Anderson standing by with Loyola head coach Scott Sorello. Wes.
Thanks, Max. Coach, only giving up 2 goals so far in the state tournament. What do you contribute to that defensive success?
Oh, it's good team defense. All 5 guys on the ice are contributing, and we got great goaltending.
You guys were able to win the SHL final this past weekend. What are you looking to carry over tonight from that game?
Hopefully a lot of momentum. Our forecheck looked good. Our breakout looks good. We want to get a lot of shots on goal tonight and play solid defense, so we'll see.
Good luck, Coach.
Thank you.
Max, Taylor, back up to you guys.
I mentioned there was 2 teams this season, Taylor, that beat Loyola twice. New Trier and this Stevenson team. They seem to have the Loyola Ramblers number all season long. They'll look to make it 3-1 against the Ramblers here tonight.
Yep, they sure will. Look to change the tune a little bit. They've already conquered the first Titan that's given them issues all season. That is the New Trier Green squad that's coached by Bob Melton. They swept them in the Scholastic Hockey League final in the most recent round. Max and I were able to bring you that broadcast. Loyola Gold on an absolute rampage of late. 22-1 in their last 23 games played. That lone loss of the 23 coming back in early January against that New Trier Green Trevians. However, tonight with a win would be 13 in a row and would propel them into the state championship game against the St. Viator Lions.
30 seconds left on the warm-up clock, Taylor, to catch you up on how these two teams got to this Final Four matchup. On the Stevenson side, they had the most convincing win so far in the state playoffs. They had a 10-0 win over New Trier Gray in the round of 16. O'Gradney had 2 goals. Mendelson had 2 goals. Biedron, Yeagers, Pareto, Jones, Schultz, and Harmon all had a goal each in that game. In the Elite 8, we had an instant classic OT winner from Rafi Biedron that propelled them into this Final Four, and Dylan Jete also had 2 goals in that game. Meanwhile, on the Loyola side, in the round of 16, they faced Naperville North. There was a 4-0 shutout for Braden Haney. Goals from Gustafson, Baker, Sharfstein, and Schreiber. And in their Elite 8 matchup, it was a convincing, despite the score, win against GBS. Really controlled that game, a 3-1 victory for the Ramblers. Gustafson had a goal again, and Will Schreiber had 2 himself. Haney only giving up 1. He's given up 1 goal in 2 games so far here in the state tournament.
And Loyola with an embarrassment of riches in terms of talent and goaltending depth. We've seen Kieran O'Brien, we've seen Braden Haney. I don't think we need to even mention Garrett Grady and Jack Gustafson. That duo has been absolutely dynamic. 25 points between the 2 of them in their only 6 Scholastic Hockey League playoff games. We'll look for those 2 to get up on the score sheet tonight. Conversely, Stevenson, they have a couple all-state players as well. Josh Adler between the pipes, Davis Yeagers, Nolan Jones, a couple first-team all-selections. Talk about a ton of top-end talent here that we get to watch. And what I only expect to be a thrilling game 2 after what was a very, very exciting game 1. New Trier Green, St. Viator coming out on top in overtime. They finally fight off that overtime demon.
Taylor, you mentioned Garrett Grady, Jack Gustafson. Gustafson on a ridiculous run. Oh. Grady right there setting him up all the way. Don't forget about Max Cabal on that top line. He provides that big body, that presence that goes into the corner, win some battles in the corner, I should say. It's that top line of Loyola. If you're Stevenson, you've really got to lock in. The 3rd or 4th line is going to beat you. That's going to happen. But if you're Stevenson, you're locked in on this top line. You're going to make somebody else beat you.
Yeah, you absolutely are. And Gabal goes to the dirty areas. He sets things up. Somebody gave the Gustafson and Grady the moniker of G2G. How many times have we said Grady to Gustafson or Gustafson to Grady? We'll see. We'll see.
We're underway here for Game 2 of this doubleheader here tonight at the Edge. As Brandon Schultz has the first shot of the game. That was high, but starting netminder for Loyola, Braden Haney gloves that. 20 seconds into the game, opposite him is Jonathan Adler in net for Stevenson.
Max, Braden Haney's stats in the regular season, 2.1 goals against and 912 save percentage. Great stats. Now jack them way up for the playoffs. 940 save percentage, 1.7 goals against. He's been just flat out spectacular for the Ramblers.
Loyola's got two outstanding options in net between Haney and O'Brien. It ended up being Haney that won the playoff nod for his team over the last couple of games, led his team to an SHL championship just this past Sunday. And now they're looking with all eyes towards getting to that state championship Sunday, where St. Viator awaits. Here's Schneider and Grady, won by Grady, comes to Albrighton. Albrighton slides it around the boards to Gustafson. He goes around one man in the neutral zone, but quickly cut off by Jones. Chipped in by Schultz. He'll head for a change. 5 fresh bodies on the ice for Stevenson. Here's Gustafson carrying the puck through the neutral zone. Gabal coming up the slot. Gustafson looking for a backhanded pass. Side of the net, sharp angle. Couldn't get it on net. Nope. Coming away with it. There's Will Harlow eventually coming with it as Pareto. He loses the puck as he entered the zone. Comes to Gustafson. Back checked the whole way by Jaegers. He shoves the man to the ice. That was Gustafson that took the tumble. Comes back to Harlow, nearly turned over as Schreiber was looking to force the play. Big hit in the middle of the ice. Jaegers put Sam Rohde into the snow here to get going. Rohde quickly up to Schreiber. Schreiber has Lillibridge to his left, Borsman to his right, just over the stick of Adler. Jete in the corner trying to dig it out. Alan Wu coming to support, eventually tripped out. Now Taylor, one of the things we just saw a little bit of it there from Jonathan Adler in our quarterfinal game. Jonathan Adler can be a little bit cavalier around his net. He can sometimes not take bouncing pucks or some around the cage too seriously. We almost saw that bite him. Here's a shot, juicy rebound given up by Haney. Comes to Lermer. Now Harmon in the quarter. Wu trying to get the puck. Instead, it's Captain Ryan Cowan that comes away with it. Chipped in towards Haney. Again, able to keep it in was Zach Myers.
Max, you talk about it. There's no doubting Jonathan Adler's athleticism. An all-state selection. He has been great for Stevenson so far.
Stuff attempt, point blank, and they score! Right in front is Cam Schneider. There was a stuff attempt. I believe he'll get credit for the goal. No, excuse me, it'll be Andrew Lermer with the goal for Stevenson. It's 1-0, 2.5 minutes in.
And that's Stokes with the wraparound, the curl wraparound. The first attempt does not go in. And you're absolutely right, Max. There to clean up is Lermer. Wow, we're 2.5 minutes in. Stevenson on the board, 1-0 at the 14:33 mark. Braden Haney kind of incredulous. He thought he had it, no problem. Covered between the 5-hole. He turns around and looks back in his own net. Can't believe it went in. What a start for Stevenson.
So we had an upset earlier tonight in St. Viator taking down the top seed in New Trier Trevians. They got 3 early goals. It's Stevenson, at least the lower seed. Pretty balanced matchup we have here tonight. Wouldn't necessarily call Stevenson a huge underdog, but Loyola comes in fresh off an SHL championship. Certainly would be the favorite in this matchup. They find themselves trailing 1-0 early. Here's Mikey Baker trying to get the boys going below the goal line, trying to win the puck. A shot in front, looking for a deflection. But it goes into the chest of Adler.
Guys, we've seen already in the first 3 minutes of this period, Stevenson really controlling the pace, forcing Haney to make a few great glove saves before that first goal goes in. But you see Loyola coming right back, showing why they're one of the top teams in the state, having a great shift following that goal.
Yeah, no question about it. Pushback immediately coming here from the Ramblers. Malnick in the face-off draw. Not able to win as it comes to Fitzpatrick. Now in behind Ethan O'Gradney. Right back to Fitzpatrick. Shuttles it to Brandon Schultz. Now rink wide, O'Gradney gets a piece of it, back to Cowan at his own blue line. Cowan chips to Rohde, plays it up the boards, trying to get it to Sharfstein. Stopped right there by Rafi Biedron. And sent the other way. Here's Cowan again. Another one of those defensemen that will get involved in the play. Here's a shot from Cowan, giving a rebound up. Malnick trying to stuff it home. Now Waltman taking a whack at it. Can't get it to go. Yeah, we've talked about it before. Ryan Cowan, top 15 in state in points, the only defenseman. Talked about that last week. He will get up in the play. He's a true two-way defenseman for this Loyola team.
I was going to say, not only will he get up in the play, but he will drive offense. I mean, he will quarterback the power play. He will jump up, take a full rush, and look to get a goal by himself. I mean, a solo effort if he needs to. He's a fun player to watch. As you said, the only defenseman in the top 20 in scoring.
Here's Charlie Fritchie back to take the puck for Loyola. He turns it over to Yagers. Yagers has Pareto, gets it to Pareto. He shoots off the crossbar and deflects up into the netting.
That was an A-grade scoring chance, just a little high. I mean, that could have been 2-0 for Stevenson just 4 minutes into the opening frame here. Loyola better tighten up in front of their own netminder, or it will be a long, ugly night.
Guys, you know, I love to hype up the goalies there. Braden Haney, great positional save, moving left to right, hugging that post, not letting anything short side come in, and then a good push from left to right to get his shoulder on that shot.
Yeah, certainly would be a tough hole climb. We saw New Trier come back from a 3-0 deficit. And now we're going to get the game's first penalty. It's going to go against Loyola. Stevenson's going to head to the power play. It's Garrett Grady guilty of the penalty, slashing the call.
Garrett Grady second in points, number 1 in penalty minutes. My kind of guy.
Of course, on the SHL Network, we always crown the Taylor Ramit Award, the leading penalty minute getter. That's what Taylor was well known for back in his playing days.
Loyola Academy is sparkling 87.5 on the PK, number 2 in the state of Illinois. They have plenty of guys that can get the job done in their own zone, smart defensive-minded players.
Here's Jate skating with the puck. He's still holding. Will take it below the goal line. Looking for a centering pass, instead drops to Harlow. Now cross ice to Jones. His shot, rebound in front. Rohde almost put it in himself.
Max can't take credit away from Stevenson's power play as well, hovering almost at 20%, number 3 in the state.
Yeah. Nolan Jones quickly to Harlow, now on to Jate. Jate sends it behind to Schneider, drops it to Yagers, comes to Harlow. Harlow's shot, pad saved by Haney, another big rebound given up by him. Jones a follow-up, deflected, they score! A deflection in front goes between the legs of Haney. And 11:31 left in the first. It's 2-0 Loyola.
A huge power play goal, shot from the high point, deflected in front, and it goes right through the wickets of Braden Haney. Braden Haney still can't believe it. So uncharacteristic. Usually Haney dialed in from the start. My goodness, Stevenson up early, 2-0.
A little bit tough to see. I think it was Dylan Jate that got the deflection. It was either him or Davis Yagers. We'll await the official announcement. Regardless, just like our last game, the underdog jumping out on top. It was Dylan Jate that got the goal.
Max, I'm not sure, but in some alternate universe, we were watching the same game that we just got to call, New Trier St. Viator, a few hours ago. The underdog jumped out to an early 3-goal lead. 6.5 minutes in. I think we have the same screenwriter here with us tonight.
I don't think anyone could have predicted the script in the first game, and certainly couldn't have predicted this script either. Now face-off one, trying to force it out quickly. Here comes Jake Orzakowski. Orzakowski, real spark plug for this Loyola side. Biedron's side of the net. And eventually taken away by an OT game-winning goal scorer in Rafi Biedron. So a power play goal makes it 2-0. Down below the goal line is Malinek trying to pry the puck loose. And fired back down deep by Fritchie. Malinek the only one out there as the rest of the Ramblers are out for a change. Trying to drop it to Gabal, couldn't get it to him. Goes through the legs of Rhodey, so Haney has to play it all the way back in his own zone. Haney with a stretch pass to Gustafson. He takes a check. Rink wide just past the stick of Harlow. Stevenson fresh off a 4A girls basketball state championship just a couple of days ago. This Stevenson hockey team looking to add another banner in the halls of Stevenson High School. Here's Gabal stopping, shooting, blocked in front by Myers. Stretch pass, Myers gets it to Harmon. Harmon just chips it right past Ryan Cowan. Sam Rhodey over to support for the Ramblers. Schneider below the goal. Gets it out in front, just past the stick of Wu. Pops up into the air. Gustafson takes it away for the Ramblers. You can see, we talked about it in the quarterfinals, Taylor. The second Gustafson enters the zone, he's got everybody's attention. Sharp angle from Grady. He scores! Garrett Grady narrows the gap. It's 2-1 Stevenson.
Garrett Grady fires one on net from above the far side face-off circle. It rings the outside pipe and finds its way in. I mean, he fired that through traffic from way downtown. Loyola draws within one.
So 9:30 left here in the first period. 2-1 our score. Saw Myers right in front of the net of Adler. You wonder if he got a little screen on that play. Unassisted was that goal for Grady. That's his first goal here of the state playoffs. Face off won by Boersma this time. Fritchie gets it onto Albrighton. Albrighton right at the center ice line. Tries to stuff it deep, but Yeager stops it there. He has a 2-on-1. Gets it across. A shot from Jete just misses the near post.
And that's going to be a penalty. Yep. Jack Gustafson, come on, buddy. You're taught this at a young age. If your stick is broken, you have to drop it. You can't hold on to it.
So a mental mistake there from...
They may not wait. They may not be calling that.
I didn't see an arm go up, Taylor. I saw what you saw as well.
Wow.
Looks like Gustafson's going to get away with it.
Wow. Loyola getting a little lucky there. I apologize. I thought it was a penalty. I heard the whistle go, and I'm not even sure Gustafson knew his stick was broken in half until he tried to use it in the near corner.
Orzechowski enters the zone. Sharfstein charging up the slot. Saved by Adler. Kicks it to the corner. Comes to Sharfstein. He shoots. Adler swallows that up. And with 8:45 left in the first, 2-1. Mentioned it at the outset. Just New Trier and this Stevenson team beat Loyola twice this season. Nobody else. Grady wins the draw clearly. Comes to Gustafson. He's got the puck taken off his stick. Another shot from Grady. Adler with a good save. Keep that one out. Comes out to Rhodey in the neutral zone. Cowan rink wide. Grady charges into the offensive zone. Stops. He's got Rhodey back at the point, but misses him. Well wide of the stick of the big gold jersey, number 5. Rhodey now pressured by Mendelson. Drops it to Cowan. Cowan leads the rush for the Ramblers. He gets by Biedron, centers it to Grady, but Biedron on the back check takes it away. Captain for Stevenson gets it on to Mendelson. Mendelson up the slot, tries to go around Albrighton. And like a little brother shoving him into the wall, just takes him down into the ice. Winding up a shot from Jones and a save from Haney.
A little bit of pushing and shoving in front of the net. Some healthy, friendly banter.
Expect this game to be a little bit chippier. Stevenson likes to play to the edge of the whistle. Wes, what do you got?
Guys, after that first goal, the Loyola offense has really gone to school on where to shoot on either. You see 3 or 4 shots right after that first goal going that blocker side, so something that they're keyed in on here in the first period.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt about that. They're trying to beat him to that blocker side.
A lot of juicy rebounds too. Wes, you mentioned, I mean, a lot of low shots, far side angle, trying to get stuff to kick back out to a yellow sweater in the neighborhood. So
Taylor, couldn't agree with you more. Really testing these goalies here early in the first period.
Here's Orzechowski. He chips it to himself, puts it in on Adler, quickly drops the mitt down on the puck. 2 pretty good student sections out here tonight for the state semifinal.
after what was pretty pathetic for New Trier in the last game, Vider's student section also showed up.
Not to show too much. I think we mentioned it. I don't know that New Trier was really expecting to lose that game. I think maybe some fans stayed home tonight. Or maybe they just wanted to watch us. If that's the case, we appreciate it. I know we had record viewership here on the SHL Network in Game 1. We appreciate you all tuning in to this Game 2, this nightcap here from the Edge. Jaegers puts the puck in deep. Fritchie wraps it around the boards. Now Jaegers deflected by Fritchie almost into his own net. Jete collects, far circle. He turns, tries to fire deep, knocked down by Fritchie. Harlow trying to chip it out. Eventually it comes back to Jaegers, who loses an edge, and cleared by Loyola. Fritchie's pass deflects all the way deep. Back to get the puck is Jones. Now Fitzpatrick shoves a man as he clears the zone. Rohde collects. That could have been too many men on the ice. That's what Loyola wanted. They didn't get the call. Jones and Harlow go D to D. See pressuring the puck is Grady in front, forces a turnover. Comes to Gabal. Below the goal line, Harlow is able to chip it out. And quickly coming back the other way is Jete. Jete below the goal line. Drop pass to Schultz right in front. Couldn't get a shot off. Grady now in transition. He's got Gustafson leading ahead of him. He goes ahead. Gets checked as he enters the zone. Comes to Gustafson. He gets it high slot. Shoots. Just misses the far post. And that deflects up into the ceiling. And we're going to stay in the offensive zone for Loyola.
Starting to see some of the offensive stars come out for Loyola. Starting to get a couple good looks. This Loyola Academy team led the state of Illinois with 117 goals for. I mean, they can score at will. This offense certainly potent. Only 56 goals against. Only one other team in the state over 100. That's New Trier Green. They didn't come on until very, very late in the season. So I know from our broadcast, Max, we've gotten to talk about guys like Gabal and Gustafson and Grady and Cowan and Boersma. I mean, just an unconscionable amount of talent on this Loyola Academy roster.
Jake Orzechowski, speedster for Loyola, missed a lot of the seasons, come back here in the last couple of weeks. Just another option. There's Orzechowski off the draw, trying to make me look good. His shot just over the crossbar. Now Sharfstein below the goal line, trying to pry the puck loose. He's checked by Schneider, eventually comes away with it. Here's Kadlik. Kadlik shot deflects in front. Malinek couldn't put it on net.
A couple other players I forgot to mention there too. Albrighton, Schreiber. Both of those guys, are Schreiber at least, another Illinois All-State selection. I mean,
Keaton Lillybridge had 32 points.
Yep, Lillybridge had a great season, having a great season, I should say.
Here's Orzechowski, his shot kicked aside by Myers. Trying to clear the zone, turned over. Malinek trying to keep the rush going. O'Gradney decided to check Malinek instead of going for the puck. Worked out for him. Here's Schultz through the middle of the ice, gets it rink wide to Schneider. Schneider all by himself as the rest of his teammates are going for a change. Now Waltman chips the puck in deep. Back to take it is Harlow. Gets it on to Stokes. Now up through the middle of the ice comes Mendelson. Quick moving first period here. Far side shot deflected off the netting. Half of the Stevenson faithful got out of their seats, but off the wrong side of the net.
Fritchie and Waltman laying some heavy hits here early in the first. I mean, Loyola is one of the bigger, stronger, taller teams in the state.
Now another big hit by Baker. He's tied up in the middle of the ice. Here's Biedron. Wraps below goal line. Stuff attempt from Biedron. Can't get it to go. Following it up, Harlow. Centering pass, but taken away by Fritchie and cleared out into the neutral zone. And now settling on the back end is Charlie Fritchie. Gets it onto Schreiber. That's going to be offsides against Wu with 4:07 left in the first.
Max, I know we talked about it, but a win tonight would make 13 straight victories. Loyola 22-1 in their last 23. Talk about playing good hockey when you need it.
Face off from Boersma and Lermer. Boersma wins it, fires it down ice. Icing going to be the call. No, it doesn't go far enough, so we'll play on. Lermer to take it out for Stevenson. Kulik tries to reach it. Instead, it goes all the way down into the Loyola zone. Rhodey tries to dig it out. Now Wu gets checked. Big shoulder from Ryan Boersma clears the way. Look at that chip from Lillybridge, almost exactly on the stick of Schreiber. Back to play, it's Fitzpatrick for Stevenson.
Nice little moon pass there.
Boersma centering pass, point blank stuff attempt from Lillybridge. Follow up from Schreiber, just misses the far post. Now Boersma circles to Lillybridge. Schreiber coming to help. Rhodey waits for it back at the blue line. A check to dislodge that puck, and Cowan has to settle in the neutral zone. Comes to center ice and rifles it in. Rhodey now trying to disrupt. Gustafson trying to create a turnover. Off the boards, Myers takes it, and he'll settle, completing the line change with Stevenson. Now rink wide comes to Jete. He'll carry it into the zone. He's got Harmon with him. Schneider in the slot. Shot in, deflected to the corner by Haney. Centering pass, nobody there for Stevenson. Comes to Gabal. And with not much of a transition opportunity, Gabal settles to a crazy bounce off the boards, and Harmon scores! A crazy bounce off the corner. Haney had no idea. And it's 3-1 Stevenson. I think you look around at Loyola faces, they're stunned. See Gabal spins it around. It takes an insane bounce.
I don't know what that hit. I mean, it wasn't the glass, it was Lona. It must have just hit a protruding piece of plastic on the end wall. I mean, just kind of a routine clear to the partner, right, around the ring. And Haney looks in, he had no idea it stopped and was coming back the other way.
Guys, I'm down here too. I thought that was going to be a hard wrap around. I was surprised to see the Patriots with their hands up with this third goal. Such an odd bounce here in this A-high rink.
And as you would imagine, unassisted, Mendelson coming right back, drops to Schneider. Schneider shoots, he scores! Cam Schneider makes it 4-1 Stevenson.
Oh my goodness. 4-1, now your score at the 2:14 mark, and Loyola is gonna make a goaltending change. A few of those certainly not the fault of Braden Haney. Just a look of complete shock and disbelief on his face as Kieran O'Brien takes the net for the Ramblers. I can't fault him with a few of those maybe. Oh my goodness, what a series of events nonetheless. Stevenson, what a start.
A stunning turn of events here at the edge as Loyola got that first goal, narrowed it to 2-1. You kind of felt like they'd settled into the game, maybe having the better of the play. We get an all-time crazy bounce off the boards, and then just 10 seconds later, Stevenson gets another. It's 4-1. Now another chance. Oh, just missing off of that draw was a fifth goal for Stevenson. So Mendelson gets the assist on the play. And there are some stunned looks on the face of Loyola. Here's a sharp angle shot from Schreiber. Grady trying to follow it up and clear. But Taylor, what we will say, if there's any team in the state of Illinois equipped enough to make a comeback like this, it's the Loyola Ramblers.
Yeah. No, I mean, if you're Stevenson, you have to keep your foot on the pedal because this Loyola Gold team can score unlike any other team in the state. They can score at will. We talked about the goal for differential earlier. But you are not out of the woods. Normally in any game, 4-1 is a huge deficit. It's a tough hole to climb out of. Not when you have guys like Jack Gustafson, top point scorer in the state, Garrett Grady, Schreiber. I mean, the firepower is elite.
Kieran O'Brien into the game and net. And Taylor, if you would have told me before this night started, we'd see 2 goaltenders pulled in the first period, or 1 in each game, I would have said there's no chance of that. But in back-to-back semifinals, the starter for New Trier in game 1, Dean Lawrence, was pulled just 7 minutes into the game. And it was Braden Haney, who'd been so good all playoff long, including the SHL championship, is pulled with 4 minutes to go in the first.
And I think if you're Stevenson, just keep getting pucks on net, right? You got a little bit of magic going. Keep getting them on.
Shot from Mendelson deflects up into the glass. Now another stuff attempt almost goes for Lermer. Loyola, a complete mess in their defensive zone at the moment, Taylor. They've got to tighten it up. Here's a shot from Jones, fought off from O'Brien. Comes to Gustafson. He's able to get to the puck, gets it on to Orzakowski. Trying to get it past Myers, but he relays to Schneider. Schneider on the breakout. Gustafson forces the turnover. Offsides the call. And Taylor, I thought that Schreiber had cleared the zone there. I don't know if we can get another look at that.
Nonetheless, Max, Loyola looks discombobulated in their own zone. I mean, you got 2 players in one corner. You have no communication, bad passing, getting caught looking flat-footed, stuck in corners. I've never seen the Loyola defense like this so far this season.
Wes, you're down there on the Loyola bench. I mean, you can only imagine the vibe right now.
Oh, look at the body positioning of the Loyola players. There's 2 players standing total on the Loyola bench. I only see 2 sitting on the Stevenson bench.
Yeah, guys, a little defeated down here, but like you said, they know they have the firepower to come back. Guys like Gustafson and Boersma leading the charge up front. We saw just before that, Gustafson got a little too eager and jumped off sides. Would have had a good break in on a goal on Adler.
And Gustafson just left this period early. He just headed back to the locker room. He didn't look hurt. Maybe he's going to get some piece of equipment fixed. Hope that's the case. That losing Gustafson for even a shift, a huge loss for Loyola as we've reached the end of this first period. And really, Taylor, another shocking first period here at the Edge. A 4-1 Loyola or Stevenson lead, and it's no fluke. Stevenson has been dominating this game.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if there's something in the water. The underdog has come prepared tonight. And the top-seeded team, a little flat-footed to start. We'll see if Loyola can mount the comeback. You see them huddled around Scott Soralla right now. Meanwhile, Stevenson, keep your foot on the gas.
So we'll take a quick timeout, catch our breath, come back with second period action in just a moment right here on your home for the A-High playoffs, the SHL Network on YouTube Live. Welcome back live to second period action here at the Edge in Bensonville. Game 2 of our semifinals here, where Stevenson has jumped out to a 4-1 first period lead. Really Another shocking start to this game, just as shocking as we had in game 1 here tonight, Taylor, where New Trier went down 3-0. They battled back, ended up losing in OT. We're going to find out how much fight this Loyola team has right here starting in the second period.
You know, surprise makes for some excitement. What an exciting first period. We know this Loyola roster can mount a comeback. We'll see if Stevenson can keep the pedal to the floor and look to bury this Loyola Ramblers team.
Here's Myers, gets it out to O'Gradney. Boersma tries to force a turnover, comes to Schneider in the offensive zone, drop past O'Gradney, shoots, he scores! Ethan O'Gradney makes it 5-1.
Guys, you talk about having your foot on the pedal. That's a great way to, an unbelievable start to the second period for the Patriots down here in Green.
I don't know what else to say. A brilliant pass from Schneider.
I mean, it was a no-look, between the legs drop pass. O'Gradney there on the stick, perfectly placed, snapshot bottom right, and he only had about 3 inches to put that puck, and he nails it. Kieran O'Brien beat quickly, low glove side. Oh my goodness, it's 5-1.
Folks, I know we don't have a camera on Taylor and I here in the booth, but just absolute stunned looks on our faces, as well as Stevenson just continues to play, without question, the best hockey I've seen them play all season long, and happening at the right time.
I mean, they're just pouring it on.
Schneider, the lone assist, and the Stevenson contingent behind Kieran O'Brien.
And Max, I mean, it's a perfect storm. I haven't seen Loyola this out of sorts in their own zone in a long time. Stevenson just looks, I mean, they're just playing fantastic.
Carrying the puck, here's Jete looking for more on to Jaegers. Jaegers tries to drop to Pareto. A no-look pass in vogue here for Stevenson. Everybody looking to make a highlight play. Looking for a penalty was Loyola. They're not going to get one. Comes to Jaegers, far half wall. He'll settle and let Pareto get up the ice. Not able to get much on that. Grady's got to wait for Gustafson to clear the zone. Tries to turn and fire. Jete stops it there. And now that's got to be a boarding, Taylor. No, we don't get a call. Grady took a huge hit against the wall. Fitzpatrick helps him up. But
where is the fight in this Loyola team? I mean, they're just getting abused right now.
You see Pareto with the big hit on Grady. That was the first hit that Loyola won a penalty. This one looked a little bit more like maybe a boarding call against Fitzpatrick.
And Garrett Grady displeased.
See the frustration starting to set in on the Loyola side. A lot of time left here, but Taylor,
I'm incredulous.
Loyola's got to find a way to refocus here if they're going to get back in this game. Now Lermer again in the offensive zone, fires it towards O'Brien's net, well wide. The number 2 seeded Ramblers are on the ropes. You can argue they've been knocked down. We'll find out how much fight left in this Rambler side. The number 1 seeded Trevians already went down earlier tonight. And it's going to take a, frankly, historic effort here from Loyola to come back. Backhanded pass comes to Jones in the slot. He shoots, blocked in front.
Max, I don't know if I've seen Loyola win a board battle or puck battle this period.
Yeah, it's been all Stevenson. Just when you thought maybe Loyola, period break, gather themselves, Stevenson just continues to press here. Myers has the puck poked off his stick. Malinick trying to force a turnover. Instead it comes to Biedrin, who fires it deep. Mendelson racing in the corner. He beats Kadlik to that puck. Biedrin checked, comes loose. Schneider able to be kept in by Jones. Knocked out by Charlie Bain. So now if you're Loyola, you've got to break this game down a little bit. They've got to find the next goal. Ideally, and now the puck just sitting right in front of O'Brien. Finally, Kadlik comes around. And that's a frustration clear by Will Steele. That's going to be an icing. We'll come right back down into the Stevenson zone. Taylor, you don't have to see it. Scott Sorrell might need to call a timeout. His team is just not there right now.
They're not at all. And if there's any team in the state of Illinois we've seen prepared to play hockey the last 2 months, it's Loyola. 22-1 in their last 23.
They look dominant in that SHL championship on Sunday.
Sweeping and pretty easily sweeping the #1 team in state, New Trier Green.
Meanwhile, Stevenson hasn't played a competitive hockey game since the quarterfinals. Before that, they haven't played in the SHL playoffs in almost a month.
Where they lost to GBS, the GBS team that we saw had a scrappy year but lost easily to this Loyola Ramblers team. Stevenson's just clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, this is the best this Stevenson team has played all season long. Here's Jate springing the puck around the boards. Big hit from Sam Rohde trying to change the calculus for Loyola. Fires it off the boards, can't get it out. Kept in along the near half wall by Jaegers. Here's a shot. O'Brien swallows that one. And now Lillybridge and Jaegers getting into it after the whistle.
I have no issue with that. They kind of came in and hugged facing the same direction, and definitely not a penalty. Just some kind of getting tied up in front.
Guys, I'm down here on the Stevenson bench, and they're playing like this game's tied up 0-0. They are keeping that foot on the pedal, keeping up this offensive onslaught here early in the second period, acting like knowing that Loyola could come back at any time, peppering Kieran O'Brien to my left here.
Here's another icing, and we'll go right back down into the Loyola zone. So Taylor, we've talked about it. We've seen Loyola all season. Isn't this the team, frankly, we've seen? What do they need to do differently here if they're going to start crawling out of this hole?
I mean, it sounds simple, but they need to figure out the back end right now. I mean, I'm not sure I disagree with you on taking a timeout. I think it probably would have been more appropriate a few minutes ago. Now it may be for not. But their defense needs to come together. I mean, some of these drop passes getting beat to pucks in the corners, they're just completely discombobulated. And when you can't have your defense, Loyola has a fantastic defense. When your defense is not engaged in getting the pucks up to your elite forwards, you're lost in your own zone, and that's all we've seen through the first period and a half.
Senior class for Loyola. Another shot and a score! Another goal for Cam Schneider off another crazy bounce off the boards. And Taylor, Stevenson leads 6-1.
I mean, Schneider just unchecked, receives the puck in the high slot, and just flings it on net. Just throws it on net.
12-18
I mean, a huge goal
left.
for Stevenson. He just throws it on net, and he beats everybody. And he's like, wow. He looks up, he's like, can you believe it? Stevenson.
Timeout. We get a timeout here from Loyola, and I don't even know what you say at this point if you're Scott Sorrello.
Loyola might as well grab their sticks and their pucks and their net and head home the way they're playing.
There's some long faces down on the bench of Loyola. Cam Schneider's second goal of the game.
And Kieran O'Brien disappointed too. I mean, there was some traffic in front, certainly not his fault, but I mean, I said a little bit ago, if you're Stevenson, just keep getting things on net.
Yeah, it seems like every shot they fired towards net's been going in. They outshot Stevenson. Did Loyola 15-8 in that first period. More of the same here in the second.
Now, Max, I will be honest, I haven't been keeping too keen an eye, but I believe Jack Gustafson just got back to the bench just a little bit ago. Missed some time.
He's back on the bench.
He is back on the Loyola bench, so
12-18 left in the second period. Stevenson leading 6-1. What can go wrong has gone wrong for Loyola so far here tonight. That is not a typo on your screen. A 6-1 Stevenson lead, and we've still got close to 30 minutes of game left. Sharfstein tries to chip it deep. Taylor, we haven't really even seen Loyola with the puck in the Stevenson zone this entire period. hasn't been a shot on Adler.
No, I think Adler's been hanging out there lonely by himself.
Icing the call there, so at least an offensive zone draw coming for Loyola. Folks, if it sounds like we're as stunned as we are, you have to understand, Taylor and I cover a lot of SHL hockey. I think I personally have called more than 10 Loyola games this season. I've called probably 6 or 7 Stevenson games.
We've had, a half a dozen Loyola games over the last few weeks with the SHL finals and state playoffs. Bewildered.
Just not the team we've seen. Here's a centering pass. Malinek couldn't get it to go. Jite quickly in transition, looking for more. He's taken down from behind by Sharfstein. Stevenson was looking for a penalty. They're not going to get one. That's cleared by Loyola's Sam Rohde. Icing the call right back down into Loyola's zone.
I actually think Loyola got away with one there. That would have been 2 minutes for, you name it. Hooking, tripping, could have been either.
27-5-1 was Loyola in the SHL. 26-4 was Stevenson. They were the 3 seed in the SHL playoffs. Of course, a 3 seed here in the state playoffs as well. Loyola the 2 seed. New Trier was that number 1 seed that went down earlier. Face-off draw won here by Baker. Fritchie for the Ramblers, plays it out. Now Waltman off the boards, gets it to Bain. Trying to win it back is Waltman. Bain comes to support off the boards. Takes another crazy bounce to the benefit of Stevenson. They'll come back 2-on-2. Here comes Kulik. Trying to play it forward is Baker. Lermer loses his stick. And now cleared by Stevenson. Won't go far enough for icing. Kadlik has to play it. Waltman chips it out. Now Baker catches up to this. Mikey Baker below the goal line, centering pass, trying to find Fritchie. Couldn't get anything to go. Back the other way, 2-on-1. Here's Harlow. He's got Kulik. Kulik shot off the crossbar, up into the netting. Back close to 7-1.
An inch. An inch and you have a touchdown.
So Ryan Boersma and Cam Schneider going to have a face-off draw to the left of COB, Kieran O'Brien. Cowan wraps it around the boards, comes the steal. Another turnover. Schneider with the puck to Mendelson. He had Harlow on the far side, couldn't get it to him, but he was wide open on the back end. Willie Bridges' dump attempt, just been that kind of night, goes off of his bench, so neutral zone face-off to come.
Guys, sometimes when you have a top-seeded team like Loyola who hasn't faced a lot of adversity during this season, it's kind of a gut punch when they go down 2 or 3 goals. We've seen that so far, and for anything for them to get back in this game, they just need to start keeping things simple, getting shots on Alder, doing whatever they can to get pucks through.
See the line of Grady, Gustafson, and Norzakowski, the 3 of the speediest guys on the team. This is push mode for Loyola. They've got to find one here soon. They want to start crawling their way back in this game, but Jonathan Adler calmly gloves that puck with 10:09 left in the second. Here's Garrett Grady. He's able to win the draw. Comes a Cowan near post, looking for a deflection from Gustafson, but not on net. Rohde's shot misses the net. Gustafson chasing it down on the near half wall. He'll drop to Grady, or gets it back himself. Goes around one man. His backhanded shot. Locked up by Nolan Jones. Now blue line, cross ice to O'Gradney. Here comes 2-on-1 Stevenson again, but O'Gradney fumbles the puck as he entered the zone. Schneider gets it below the goal line, tries to center the pass to Schultz. Nolan Jones steps up, comes back, Orzakowski. held the puck a little bit too long as Nolan Jones was able to get back. Now here comes Schneider. Schneider's got Wu just behind him, but another 2-on-1 opportunity for Stevenson. Schneider to Stokes, deflected as Wu tried to put it in on O'Brien, but it's missed wide. This clearance by Rohde goes too far. Another icing back down into the Loyola zone.
Max West, I'm just looking back through Loyola's schedule now. One other time this season, they've allowed 6 goals against. Do you know who that was against? If your guess was Stevenson.
That's right,
You're
the
right.
6-3 game all the way. That was the first SHL game of the week back in the middle of October.
Yep, that's the last time and only other time Loyola has allowed 6 goals. They have not allowed any more than 6 to any foe all season long. So for those of you listening to the broadcast, if we sound confused or surprised, you don't see this often, not with this Loyola team.
Here's Harlow. He goes towards the front of the net. Now centering Wu and trying to follow it up was Jaegers, but couldn't get a shot in on net. Cadlick's rink-wide pass intercepted by Harlow. Right back into the Loyola zone goes Stevenson. Fritchie in the corner. Tries to get it to Cadlick. The ice really chewed up. We've seen a couple of passes hit the brakes from hitting little snow patches throughout the ice. Cadlick with some space. Deflected in by Sharfstein. He finishes a check on Stokes. Loyola a little bit slow getting out on that change, but they're able to recover. Offsides the call. And Stevenson really taking to heart. Sometimes the best defense is just more offense. They have not stepped off the gas pedal at all. They aren't sitting back at all. They are attacking every moment. Here's Pareto right back into the offensive zone. His shot deflects wide. Fortunately, we don't have like next-gen stats here at the high school level. Now turnover. Here comes Bain. 3-on-1 Loyola. Waltman coming up. Bain scores! So with 7:54 left in the second period, Loyola makes it a 4-goal game. Had to happen, Taylor. Had to happen.
Yep, sure did. You have to go goal by goal. We know this roster has enough talent. A 3-on-1. Charlie Bain looks to pass, elects not to, fires one home below the glove of Jonathan Adler.
You saw it last game on the New Trier side. They had a 3-on-1. The shot went right into the chest of Massaro. Bain didn't make the same mistake. He picked a corner. He hit it. He makes it a 4-goal game.
No, we talked about it earlier. If you have a 3-on-1, you elect to shoot, fine. If you put it in the goalie's chest or miss the net, inexcusable, right? Bain picked a corner and he fired it home. So 6-2 now. Loyola adds one more to the board.
And past the call against Nolan Jones in the neutral zone. So this is the part of the game where it starts to get a little bit interesting. Loyola can find another here, at least another here in the second period. 3 goals in the third period feels like a lot. And it is. We've said it a couple of times. If there's a team with the talent to do it, it's Loyola. Ryan Boersma going to take this offensive zone draw. Jute tries to battle through it. Here's Schreiber winning the puck. Schreiber has his stick lifted, can't get a shot off. Jute back with the puck. Goes around one man. He'll just chip it up off the boards, but kept in by Cowan. Now here's the pushback from Loyola. Boersma along the far half wall, pops out to Gustafson. Schreiber trying to get the puck, comes to Cowan. On to Schreiber, centering pass, gets a deflection in front. Adler keeps it out. Unassisted goal on the part of Charlie Bain. For Bain, he had just 1 goal in the entire SHL campaign. Missed some time as well. So, critical goal there for Loyola, at least to get a feeling here in the second period. Here's Gustafson near circle. He comes off the wall, shoots, just misses the net. Chipped along, Albrighton keeps it in at the point, and eventually forced out by Schneider. What a game Cam Schneider's had, not just in the score column. He's got 2 goals. He has been all over the ice all game long. Offsides, if anybody from Loyola plays it. They won't. And cleared, dumped down the ice. Fritchie to take it.
Yeah, Schneider's having a fantastic night. We've mentioned his name a number of times on the broadcast so far. Been all over the Loyola Ramblers so far this evening.
Schneider to Pareto. Fritchie chips it into the Stevenson bench. It's going to stay down in the Stevenson or in the Loyola zone.
Max West, both these teams obviously competing in the regular season in the Scholastic Hockey League. We have a all Scholastic Hockey League Final Four, but in the Scholastic Hockey League, teams leading through the first period have won 79.8% of all games, leading through 90.8% of all games. I mean, that is a huge number. Not only are the Stevenson Patriots up by 1 or 2 headed into the third, if this holds tight, they're up by 4. Now we've talked about it. Loyola, maybe the one team in state who could come back from that, but Max, I agree with you.
Here's another shot from Jate. O'Brien just gets that left pad down in time to keep that out.
Max, I agree with you. Loyola needs at least one more here in the second.
Myers with the puck through the neutral zone to Yeagers. Yeagers looking. He tries to get it to Jate, but it's deflected there. Jate keeps it at the point for a moment. Gustafson eventually shuttles it out. Taylor, I'm trying to put my finger on what's looked so wrong. I haven't seen a team against Loyola have so many clean entries into the offensive zone against Loyola all season.
No,
it's been way too easy for Stevenson to get the puck into the offensive zone. Backhanded shot there from Yeagers. He tries to force one home. Jate gets the puck. Outside circle. Cowan cuts off the angle there. Here's Jate again getting the puck back. Around the goal, centering pass, steered aside. Another shot, hits the back of the net. That took the heart out of Loyola, but yeah, Taylor, just to finish the point, it's just been too easy for Stevenson to get the puck in the zone.
And I've seen a number of times. How often did we see in the last series New Trier would have to pass 2 or 3 times along the blue line just to get a zone entry? I've seen Stevenson players just kind of casually skated across with minimal effort.
Tons of room in the middle of the ice as well. Here's Schneider again, stepping in front of this one in the high slot. He shoots, gets a deflection just over the crossbar. That's a better job on the backside by Ryan Cowan to tie up the stick. Well, Cowan again. Here's Kulik with the puck. He tries to go around Rhodey. Rhodey stops him in his tracks. Chipped out into the neutral zone, Sharfstein. The ball back to settle for Loyola. Ball rink wide to Malinek. Malinek plays it to himself. Down below the goal line, Malinek. He's looking for a centering pass. He's got Bain again. He'll backhand shot, just misses the near post. Tying it up, Gabal gets the puck. Schneider now tries to wrap it around the boards. Rhodey gets to the far point in time to keep it in. Nicholas Malinek near half wall. Trying to shuttle the puck out was Alan Wu. Firing towards net was Cadlick. Went off the heel of Charlie Bain. Definitely seen some new line mixes here for Loyola this game. For the last couple of weeks, Loyola have been really locked into their lines, but we've seen several shuffles. We've seen Schreiber jump up to the top line. We've seen Orzakowski jump up to that top line. We've seen Gabal back here with Bain and Zach Waltman. Just trying to find something.
DJ LeVar, yeah, mixing lines, right? Something's not working, so they're going to keep things rolling. Firstly, we're starting to see the Loyola back end get a little bit tighter. 1 or 2 guys not getting as much play time on the defensive side of the bench.
Mendelson, point blank opportunity, shoots, saved by O'Brien. He's sprawling to try to fall on top of the puck. It's still loose.
It seems like Loyola panicking in their own zone when the puck gets near the net. You see 3 or 4 yellow sweaters converge on one.
Baker hands to Waltman. Waltman's shot blocked by Biedron. Now Steele to come over, try to cut off Mendelson, checks him into the boards. Now here's Baker. Baker chips the puck deep. Will Harlow checked. Comes loose. Now O'Gradney rink wide to Schultz. Jete coming up the slot. Shot from Schultz, misses the net. Boersma's able to get it there, shuttles it along to Lillybridge. Lillybridge tries to go around Fitzpatrick. Good stick from the defenseman for Stevenson, not to let that get any further. Fritchie quickly to pinch from his defensive spot. Pinned against the far boards. 3 or 4 bodies have the puck stuck. Eventually comes loose and cleared by Stevenson. Now Schultz trying to win a race. Cowan over to try to cut him off. He takes him down. Looking for a penalty. We don't get one. Can't believe we didn't get a holding call. Taylor's pretty shocked to my left here as Schreiber brings the puck up the ice. Loyola enters the zone. That's Schreiber. Has the puck poked off his stick. Drops it to Boersma. In front, Fritchie trying to stuff attempt is Boersma. No call there, and Fitzpatrick. Now a huge scrum among a few different groups behind the goal.
Look, that was without question a penalty a good 60 seconds ago. If the officials aren't going to call that, you're going to see that. What just happened? You're going to see cheap shot pushing and shoving after the whistle because the officials are not officiating the game. They're going to let everything go, which, you know me, I'm a big proponent of let the kids play, put the whistles in your pocket.
No,
but if you're not going to call blatant penalties,
I'm with you, Taylor.
The players on the ice are going to take it in their own hands, and you're going to start seeing this. You're going to see players get cheap. It could get very ugly, especially with such a large score discrepancy. You need to call penalties when they're penalties. And that right there is an example of what's going to happen. After the whistle, bogus.
Here's Garrett Grady, an offensive zone draw for Loyola. He wins it, plays it forward. Myers tries to play it around, but Grady steps in front. Point blank shot over Zakowski. Fought off by Adler. Now Gustafson corrals in the neutral zone, carries it in. Gustafson around one man, gets it towards Zakowski. A big save for Adler.
Wow, save of the game, Jonathan Adler. Drops down, full split, sprawled out on the blue paint.
I knew we were going to get a chime in.
Yeah,
from
we're
Wes.
getting a chime in from Wes.
I know you haven't heard from me a lot this period, but 2 great saves by Adler. We can break them down here real quick. The first one gets the right leg pad, on it. Rather routine, and then there, Jack Gustafson makes a great move inside, outside, gets free in the slot, throws it back door, but Adler, again, from his right to left, gets a glove on that and keeps his team up for here in the second period, boys.
That's why we have Wes Anderson down on ice level, our goaltender extraordinaire. Orzakowski trying to get it to Gustafson, drops to Grady, shoots, chips. Hits a couple of bodies on its way, and Adler gloves it.
Guys, Adler would be remiss if I didn't mention this. He was actually the one in the gold suit that we saw in the first game between New Trier and St. Viator. He was talking to me as I was walking over here towards the Stevenson bench in between the first and second period. Kids play with a lot of confidence, especially when your team puts 6 up in front of you. Play a lot more free.
I think wearing a gold sequin jacket tells you all the confidence you need to know about Jonathan Adler.
Yeah, no question. And for those of you who are not tuned in to the New Trier St. Viator Game 1 broadcast here, Stevenson players arrived a little early, sitting over in a corner section of the stadium here, all in their suits ready to go, dressed nicely for the evening, and Adler in a sequin gold suit
Now
jacket.
a turnover. Orzakowski fires and he scores! Jake Orzakowski narrows the gap to 6-3, and Loyola gets that critical third goal before the end of the second period, Taylor.
I was just going to say, we
It's a 3-goal margin.
Yep. Loyola, if they want a prayer here going into the third period, got to get one more on the board, right? Make it that much easier for themselves to crawl their way back in the third period. If there's any team that can do it, it's Loyola. Stevenson got to tighten up just a bit.
So we've got a Big Ten football first half score here, and 6-3 with 1:10 left in the second period.
I smell Iowa, Nebraska here in middle of November.
Nothing like some good Big Ten football there, Taylor.
That puck just trickles over the goal line as Ryan Cowan wasn't exactly busting after that one. 58 seconds left here in the second period. Offensive zone draw to come for Loyola. And Taylor, can Loyola get greedy here? Maybe find one more before the end of the second period?
Talk about momentum going into the third. You have an offensive zone draw here.
They win it, trying to get it across to Gustafson. Here's a shot from Warzakowski, misses far wide. Here's Fritchie, sharp angle, deflected in front by Gustafson, but kept out by Adler. Comes around the near boards here, having some trouble getting it out as Pareto. And kept in. Gustafson trying to race to get to that puck from Jones. Fritchie can't keep it in. Oh, and he almost turns the puck over right to Pareto. Here's Grady with 25 remaining here in the period. Eric Grady goes around a couple of defenders, still weaving between a couple. Fakes a shot into the glove of Adler with 15 to go. 6-3 here, 15 seconds. Wes, what do you got?
Sorry not to cut you off there, Max, but Adler, very confident save, more of a matter-of-fact kind of save there after giving up that goal, that gave Loyola the momentum there.
Yeah, it kind of looked like a, hey, I got this, right? You're not sneaking another one by me. It looked like he was kind of making a statement there.
We talked about him coming in the gold jacket. He's playing with a lot of confidence here, and that's one of those saves that lets your team know that you've got their back here going in the third.
Bengal Cowan with the shot deflected on net from Boersma with 4.8. Adler, great positionally, keeps it out. So Loyola finding their rhythm offensively. 4.8 to go in the second period. We'll get one more face-off draw here before the ice cleaning. Garrett Grady opposite Davis Yeagers, cleared by Stevenson right on the net of O'Brien. And that will do it for the second period. Wow. Wow says it all, folks. It's hard to even process what we just saw in that second period. It was 6-1 at one point, Stevenson. Now Loyola crawling back into the game, trailed by 3. We'll head to the third period. Loyola trailing by 3. We've mentioned it a few times because it's true. Loyola's got the firepower to come back, but they've got to keep things cleaner in their own defensive zone.
Yeah, they absolutely have to, and that's where it's going to start, right? I mean, you need crisp passes. They've only started to win some of those corner battles, puck battles. I mean, they looked completely uninterested in the game in the first period, right? Starting to come back. We're starting to see the offense come alive. Passing through the neutral zone, especially picking up, and starting to kind of choke the Stevenson forwards coming into the zone. Nonetheless, still down 3. Stevenson playing fantastic. It's a tall mountain to climb.
So we'll take a timeout, let the ice get clean. Come back with third period action in just a couple of minutes right here on your home for A-High Playoff Hockey, the SHL Network on YouTube Live. Welcome back live to third period action here at the Edge in Bensonville for our semifinal number 2. Earlier tonight, it was St. Viator that punched their ticket to the state championship, and so far in game 2, We've had a pretty stunning start to this game. Loyola was down as much as 6-1. It's now 6-3. For more on how Stevenson's going to look to close this one out in the third period and head to the state championship, we'll send it down to ice level where Wes Anderson's standing by with Stevenson head coach Tom Wood. Wes.
Thanks, Max. Coach, you're able to pop 4 in the first and another 2 in the second. Did you expect this kind of start from your team here in this semifinal state championship?
Obviously not. I mean, it's great that we had that kind of start and, puts us in a good position to win the game, obviously. But, towards the end of the period, we had a little letdown. So we talked about playing defensively, staying third guy high, right, keeping guys back. They're a good offensive team, so we got to make sure it stays in their end, right? So what we did really well in the first period was keep pressure on their knee, but at the same time keep guys high to limit the odd man rushes. So we want to keep doing the same sort of thing here.
Up 3 goals going to that intermission. What was your message to your team?
The message is we're winning by 3 goals, right? Be smart and do all the simple things. Block shots, get the pucks out at each blue line, right? Keep it simple. Play your game. You're winning by 3 goals. Make them skate through you, right? Don't give them opportunities.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck in the third. Max, Taylor, back up to you guys.
Thanks, Wes. Tom Wood, always a great interview, and love how he's candid. Of course I didn't expect that start to the game.
I don't think anybody did, but, what a just colossal effort from Stevenson to start the game. And I loved a few things he said there, Max. Do the small things. Block the shots. Win puck battles. Do your job to close this game out, right? Do not take the foot off the pedal. Another thing he said, be smart. Stevenson's the 3rd most penalized team in the state in the regular season. I think they had somewhere around 420 penalty minutes. Got to stay out of the box. Because if you start getting penalties and playing dumb, that Loyola roster with Gustafson and Grady and Schreiber and Cowan and Boersma, they'll make you pay.
Yeah, it was a first goal from Andrew Lermer, then it was Dylan Jete, and then one of the crazier goals you'll ever see scored by Spencer Harmon. Wild bounce off the boards. Braden Haney never had a chance as he was getting ready to play the puck behind his net. It was sitting for Harmon right in front of the net. Then Cam Schneider, then Ethan O'Gradney, and right back to Cam Schneider. 6-1. Here's Cowan up the slot. Looking to narrow the gap. Another crazy bounce, and Loyola scores. It's Jack Gustafson. Just 34 seconds into the third period. It's 6-4 Stevenson.
And that rush all started by Jack Cowan. Couple nifty moves. He fakes a drop pass, gets it all the way into the offensive zone for Loyola. A bizarre bounce by Gustafson, and he's able to tuck it from behind the goal line almost.
Even after watching
off
the replay,
the back pads.
After the replay, I'm still not certain what exactly happened on that play. I know Gustafson got the goal.
There was an initial shot, and it trickled off into the far side wall. Gustafson got it. Nobody knew he had it. Looks like he threw it on net from a really odd angle. It hit the back or perhaps leg pad of Adler and went in the net. So, wow. The exact start you needed if you're Loyola. The polar opposite if you're Stevenson.
So now trailing by only 2. The belief starting to creep back even more for the Ramblers, who've now scored 3 unanswered. Now in the corner, Schreiber shoves off a defender. Rohde pinches in. We get a whistle. Didn't see why we got the whistle.
Player down. It was Stevenson player down.
Oh, right down in front of the scorekeeper.
We have a trainer coming on the ice.
Can't quite catch a number there as it's kind of blocked.
And I did not see any contact that would have alerted me to.
Jimmy, do we have any replay of what might have happened there? Still can't see who that is down on the ice. He's on his back.
Stevenson coaching staff heading back to their bench, so I'm going to presume he's okay. Just getting cleared and checked out by the training staff. If there was significant worry, Stevenson coaching staff would have stayed out.
So,
well, as I say that, head coach Tom Wood heads back out. So
16:07 left here in the third period. The perfect start if you're a Loyola Rambler. The belief back in the side of the gold sweaters here in the building. It was 6-1 at one point, about 5 minutes into the period. Into the second period, I should say. That's Fitzpatrick on the back end that's down. He's just now coming up, sitting up. Looks to be a lower body injury of some kind as they're having to lift him up off the ice. That's a significant loss on the back end. Mac Fitzpatrick. He's gonna
definitely a little shaken up. They're debating whether to sit him in the penalty box and let him kind of mellow, or get him to the bench, or take him off the ice entirely.
For
the
now,
conversation it looks like they're having.
For now, Fitzpatrick's going to stay on the ice. I see him putting weight on both legs, so that's a good sign.
Yeah, guys, I'm down here on the Stevenson bench. He's able to put weight on both ankles, so I don't think it's an ankle injury. I think he's going to stay in the game, but he might be out for a few minutes here, trying to recuperate.
So that's a good sign, as Fitzpatrick, like we said, really important on the back end for this Loyola team. Now kept in by Cowan. Trying to play the puck on is Gustafson. It's Cowan back to retrieve to Rhodey. Now Grady skates wide. Grady trying to get the puck to the middle, but Yeagers stops it there. Now Yeagers past Rhodey. He draws a penalty.
It's a slashing call. It's the right call.
So Stevenson, after yielding that goal, going to head to the power play.
18.4% on the man advantage. Stevenson has the firepower to get it done. A power play goal here for the Patriots would be huge to swing the momentum back the other way, as Loyola seems to be picking up some steam here.
So a big opportunity to get some momentum back here for Stevenson. Davis Yeagers, Max Gabal on the draw here. Won cleanly by Gabal, but possession taken away by Schneider. Schneider skates to the middle of the ice. He'll give to Harlow. Harlow turns, and Will Steele blocks the shot there. Harlow able to keep it going for the Patriots. Puck comes to Gabal. Gabal patiently will take a look up ice and fire that puck in deep. Lillybridge now shorthanded. He tried to draw a penalty. He's not going to get one for interference. Schneider coming up the ice.
And
now he steered off the puck. Comes to Jones. Jones' shot right in front, point blank. Yeager's trying to get a shot off. O'Brien able to sprawl. He keeps it out.
Kieran O'Brien, what a save. Diving back door to make it. Oh my goodness.
You know, I'm going to have to check in on that. Desperation at its finest right there from Kieran O'Brien. I thought that puck was going in. Turned around before I even really saw Kieran O'Brien dive over to make that save. What an effort to keep his team in it. Just down 2 here with 14 left.
1:14 left on the power play. Lermer wins it cleanly. Pareto, here's Biedron. Biedron's shot gets a deflection, but right into the glove of O'Brien.
So I'm not sure if I think the cameras would have picked up on that, but Keaton Lillybridge probably should have gotten a holding call there. He used his free hands to hold back. I think it was Davis Yeagers on that previous shift. Keaton Lillybridge now back on the Loyola Academy bench, and one of the officials just came over and had a chat with him.
Oh, now trying to clear it is Fritchie below the goal line. He whiffs on his clearance attempt. Here's Pareto, drops below the goal line to Lermer. Centering pass, stuff attempt from Pareto, can't get it to go. Here's Biedron, cross ice, one-timer from Myers, blocked in front by Fritchie. Boersma getting hooked, doesn't get a call, but he's able to clear with 40 to go on the power play. Now, bounce off the boards. Wu tries to put it deep again. Put back into the Stevenson zone. Baker to go for a change. Malinek replaces him. Here's Jones with speed. He skates wide. Backhanded shot loose in the crease. Trying to put it home was Pareto. Couldn't get to it in time. 15 to go on the power play. Here's Gabal. Hits the referee's skates. Bad break for the Ramblers. To the advantage of Stevenson. Jete below the goal line. Drops it to Jones at the point. Here's a shot intentionally wide. Goes off the side of the net. Steele tries to wrap it along the boards. It comes to Malinek, and he'll clear right at the end of the power play. So that'll be icing against Stevenson, but they're able to kill off that power play with 13:33 to go.
Big key there for the Loyola Ramblers. Needed that kill.
Remember that save by O'Brien, too. We'll see what happens the rest of this game. Loyola somehow finds a way to come back.
Now the Stevenson Patriots have to remember you're only allowed 5 skaters on the ice. Some confusion.
Late coming off the ice was Harmon. Back to 5-on-5. Offensive zone draw. Here's Schneider and Grady. Grady wins it. Gets it to Cowan, who rifles it off the boards. It hits off a light. Pretty low ceiling here at the edge in Bensonville, especially when you consider compared to maybe Centennial Ice Arena. Much higher than Twin Rinks, which is among the lowest ceilings we play in around the area.
Thank goodness we don't play in the old Barrington Ice Arena. You could hit your head while skating on the ice in that arena.
Get a big thumbs up on that from Joel Schneider on our camera duty.
It's also a frozen food storage facility when not being used as an ice rink.
Come on, Joel's got to do camera work. You're making him laugh too much over there. Here's Cam Schneider again and Grady. Tying up. Eventually comes to Ryan Cowan. He chips it up along the boards, forcing it out to Orzakowski. Orzakowski had that third goal late in the second period. Really shifted some momentum for Loyola. Started to get a little bit more belief in the Loyola side at the end of that period. Brody rink wide to Gustafson. Gustafson on to Orzakowski. Orzakowski just behind Grady. Now Rhodey tries to shoot, but it's blocked in front. Coming back the other way, Schneider trying to get a 2-on-1. Cowan takes away the pass, the shot. Saved by O'Brien.
Max, I know we talked about it a little bit ago, but teams leading through 2 periods in the regular season have won 90.8% of all games.
109, 4, and 7. So out of 120 chances, team leading in the SHL after 2 periods has won 109 of them. Face off. Boersman tries to kick it out of the zone. Good stick from Schreiber to force Jete out of the zone. Now Biedron and Mendelson, another 2-on-1. Biedron shoots. Pad save from O'Brien. That's 2 2-on-1s yielded by Loyola here in the last 30 seconds. Boersma plays up to Schreiber. Now Bain fires it in deep. That puck cleared by Stevenson, but it's going to be on the net of O'Brien, so he has to play it no icing. Cowan gets to Fritchie. Fritchie looks. He gets to Bain. Brady fresh off the bench. Schreiber gets it on to Bain. Bain looks, he shoots, gets blocked in front. Bain, one of the goal scorers. He had that second goal for Loyola. Here's Schreiber from a sharp angle, deflected up over the crossbar. Bain even with the goal. Tries to get a shot, but Mendelson's looking to clear. Now Harlow below the goal line. Here's Wu trying to get it past Ryan Cowan, but comes back to the stick of Will Steele. See Stevenson still very aggressive on their forecheck. Wu and Lermer making it difficult here on the Loyola defenseman. Eventually it's Jack Gustafson leading the rush. Grady rink wide. Tries to get it back to Gustafson, but a good stick from Stokes doesn't let that puck get into the slot area. Cowan can't keep it in at the point. Loyola's got to clear. Here's Lermer again. Lermer 2-on-1. Kulik the other side, just over the glove and past the near post. Stevenson, oh, so close to that 7th goal here. O'Gradney carries it in, comes to Rhodey. He'll rifle it off the boards. 2-on-2, 3-on-2 if they hurry, can Loyola. Grady skates wide. Backhanded shot just misses the far post. Gustafson far boards, trying to pry it loose, get it to Fritchie. He loses his skates. Comes around the other side to Jones. Grady to attack there. Comes out to Rhodey. Rhodey gets it back to Fritchie. Fritchie pass one man. Lillerbridge coming up the slot. Myers Gets in the way, eventually comes to O'Gradney, who tries to chip it out, but kept in by Grady. Grady winds up, shoots, deflects wide of the net. Lillibridge in the corner. Eventually comes loose. Here comes Schultz in transition. Stevenson in a change, so he'll just dump it deep. Cam Schneider pressuring Rhodey behind, comes loose to Gabal. Here's Malinek, he'll shuttle it back across to Fritchie. A subtle calm has come over the arena. Here's a sharp angle, risky play there by Adler. We talked about that earlier in the game. Sometimes can be a little cavalier around his own net. Almost saw it there, Taylor.
I mean, he lost sight of that puck for a second. That was high danger.
Back the other way comes Pareto in transition. That's going to be offsides against Stevenson. 9:26 left here in the third period, 6-4.
Yeah, guys, we've seen a lot of shot attempts by Loyola Gold, but not a lot of shots on goal. Stevenson's done a great job the last couple of minutes of getting bodies in front of shots.
Yeah, what Loyola was doing so well there at the end of the second was getting shots in on Adler. They got a couple of those goals. Stevenson blocking as many as they can to protect Adler. Comes to Cowan, far point. He can't handle the puck. So Loyola's got to clear. Schreiber tries to chip it along. Now here comes an odd man advantage for Stevenson. 3-on-2 if they hurry. Jones goes around one. Backhanded shot. O'Brien fights it off. Cowan in transition. Gets it quickly up to Sharfstein. Sharfstein tries to get it past Chate. Schreiber to follow. Schreiber shoots high off the chest to Adler. He keeps it out.
Nolan Jones, Illinois All-State defenseman for Stevenson, carried the puck all the way up and pulled off a backhanded toe drag. Just an elite display of hands. My goodness.
Another one of those two-way defensemen. Gustafson calling for the puck. Schreiber drops a steal instead. Gets it right back. Now Boersma below the goal line. Four bodies come together. Eventually it's Jete that comes away with it for Stevenson. Tries to get it to Mendelson. Instead Schreiber shoots. Rebound loose in front. Gustafson almost gets it to go. And now
Adler's hurt.
Adler's
Helmet
down.
off.
Adler took a shot on that play. He's in some pain right now in net. There's certainly some traffic out in front of him.
You know what? Pareto just went over to have a word with Jack Gustafson. Jack Gustafson hit Adler's helmet away from him.
You're going to see here, turnover. Schreiber turns, the rebound given up. Gustafson.
I didn't see what, I mean, there's some.
Can't really see much
no.
there.
But Gustafson kicks and then smacks the helmet of Adler away. Pareto goes over and has a word with him.
Well, Stevenson
sticking up for his goalie a little bit.
The Stevenson student section. A nice round of applause to Adler. He's battling. 6-4 our score. One of these two teams looking to meet St. Viator in the state championship. Face-off draw to come to the right of Adler. Grady wins it cleanly. Orzakowski's shot deflected into the corner by Lermer. Bounces out in front, comes to Kadlik. He'll shuttle it into the corner. Now Gustafson. Orzakowski was calling for it. Gustafson couldn't get it to him. Lermer in transition. Tries to get it to Schneider. Instead, Steele back in his own zone. Chips it into the Loyola bench with 8:02 remaining in the third.
Loyola was not going to make a line change there. Obviously, the home team higher-rated seed. Stevenson goes for the line change. Scott Cirillo and DJ Lava are going to line match. Playing a little bit of chess here. We are past the halfway point of the third period. Loyola still needs 2 to get this thing to overtime. 3 to win it outright. Plenty of hockey, but you're getting towards crunch time.
Here's Cowan leading the rush. He led the rush on a goal earlier for Loyola. His shot, Adler up quickly to make sure that stays out.
Guys, cheeky move there by Cowan. Actually shot that puck through the legs of Jones. A lot trickier to save for Adler than might be able to see from up top.
Yeah, using his own defenseman as a little bit of a screen. We've seen that Cowan just so great when he hops up in the play on offense. The only defender in the top 20 of Illinois scoring. Just a huge piece to this Loyola back end.
There's Orzechowski trying to shoot. Rohde's shot looking for a deflection. That just missed the far post. Inches away from the 5th goal for Loyola. Gets it on to Grady. Grady looks, sharp angle shot. Saved by Adler.
Guys, another quick note from Stevenson's end. They're doing a rather good job defending here. The last couple of minutes got a little sloppy, but if you notice, all 5 forwards underneath the tops of the circles really collapsing towards the middle of the ice, allowing for sticks being passing lanes here in the slot.
Yeah, we've arrived at the part of the game here where Stevenson's kind of retreated a little bit. Leading by 2 goals. Ritchie tried to keep this in. Schneider now. Albrighton with a huge hit as he throws the man into the boards. You see the strength and power of Tommy Albrighton on full display there.
Ouch.
Now a good touch pass comes to Schneider. Albrighton comes over to cut off the angle. And Orzechowski gets it across to Fritchie.
I think it was Schneider that bore the brunt of that hit by Albrighton. Schneider not a small individual, so just ragdolled off on the blue line.
We've seen Albrighton with a couple of big hits here tonight. Lermer trying to get something started here on the forecheck. Ritchie chips it out. Gustafson, rink wide to Albrighton. Albrighton tried to get it to, and that's going to be a tripping call. Lermer with the shot high off the glass, and we're going to get a whistle.
Knee to knee on that one. Oh, no.
And Tom Wood wants 5. He wants
Tommy Albrighton to the box. Oh, gosh.
Can't tell who that is in the middle of the ice. Can't quite see the number on the back.
Oh, I don't even know if I want to watch the replay. I mean, just, oh, knee to knee.
So, trailing by 2 goals. That's Lermer. That's down on the ice. He's slowly getting up to his feet. I will say, I haven't noticed Mac Fitzpatrick back in the game. Wes, is he still down on the bench for Stevenson?
I don't see him right now, Max. If I can find him, I will let you know.
I certainly don't think I've seen him back out on the ice. And now Lermer
limping.
It doesn't look likely that we'll see him again based on that collision.
Oh.
2 minutes for kneeing the call.
Yeah, just things that can go wrong with a knee to knee. Ugh. Well, I'm glad Lermer elects to stay on the bench. Not serious enough to go off and to the dressing room. Nonetheless, that replay unenjoyable to watch for
2
sure.
minutes up on the clock. Advantage here for Stevenson. A goal would all but cement this. Meanwhile, if you're Loyola, just 2 shorthanded goals on the season. That's something you have on your mind at the moment.
In a middle of the pack penalty kill, 84.9%.
Here's Jete in the high slot, waiting for a screen. Shoots off the post. The ball in the corner, trying to scoop it out. Comes to Cowan. Now Schneider gets the puck. Cowan trying to pin him against the boards. Jete finally gets it, comes up top to Harlow. Harlow drops it below to Jete. He'll give way to Schneider. Now Harlow. Cross ice to Jones. Drops it below to Jete. Schneider again near half wall. Gets behind the goal to Jete. He curls off the half boards in the high slot. Throws it into the corner. Schneider below the goal line. Now Boersma gets it and he clears it. 1:05 left here on the power play for Stevenson. So if Loyola's able to kill this penalty, they'll have about 4.5 minutes to find 2 goals. If they want to get to OT. That's played by a high stick. Loyola opts to play on. A little bit surprised Taylor. They opted to play on there and would have thought they'd let that puck sit.
I'm with you. That's, you're on the penalty kill, right? Let them touch it, get a stoppage of play, maybe fresh bodies
Offensive
if you need
zone
it.
draw.
Yeah, right. That's a miscue.
38 to go here. Man advantage for Stevenson is leading the rushes. Harlow, he goes rink wide to Wu. He has the puck slide off his stick. Will Steele in the corner. He's tied up with Wu. Centering pass Couldn't get it to O'Gradney. He whacks at it. 20 seconds now left on the power play for Stevenson. Pareto coming off the far half wall in the circle. O'Gradney drops it back down below to Wu. Fritchie's going to pin him against the boards. Below the goal line, comes up top to Biedron. Eric Grady poking at it, see if he can start a shorthanded opportunity. Well, that's the end of the power play. Albrighton out of the box. Back to full strength is Loyola. Gustafson chasing. 4.5 to go here in the third. It's been a furious comeback thus far for Loyola. They've gotten 3 unanswered to get back in this game. What do they have left to try to tie it with 4 minutes to go? Big hit from Grady on Nolan Jones. Comes loose to Kulik. Side of the net and chipped out. Here's Cowan, gets it on to Sam Rohde. Rohde can't find Gustafson. Cowan off the boards, gets it to Gustafson. Instead of sending it deep, Gustafson tried to pull the middle of the ice, comes to Harmon. Rohde there to lock it up, and O'Brien drops a stick on it. If you're Sam Rohde, I understand that Harmon's poking at your netminder.
Right, but
if you're Harmon, let Rohde, let Rohde come at you.
I mean, if that was a penalty right there for an extra shove to prove your point, yikes. Now, Rohde's defense, not a lot of penalties called tonight.
No doubt about that. As big draw here between Boersma and Jete coming. Face off. One and taken away by Cowan. He looks, he'll go off the boards, tries a Boersma touch pass to Schreiber. Schreiber just sends it deep. Malinik, the first one to get it. Puck comes popping out right into the crease, but swiped away by Fitzpatrick. That is Fitzpatrick back on the ice for Stevenson. That's a good sign for the Patriots. Malinik trying to chip it forward. Eventually, Boersma had it. Good stick lift from Schreiber to try to win it back. Now being pulled down to the ice.
Oh,
Loyola can't believe they didn't just get a penalty. Boersma furious.
Boersma will turn around and throw a tomahawk chopped away at Mendelson. Again, if the officials are not going to call the game the proper way, the players will take it into their own hands.
It plays to the advantage of Stevenson. We talked about they're looking to muck up the game. That's a little bit more their style. Not this wide open look for Loyola. Here's Schreiber dragging to his backhand, trying to get a shot on net. An active stick from Myers doesn't let that happen. Sharp angle shot from Grady, misses the mark. Steele able to keep it in.
And there goes Kieran O'Brien at the 2:30 mark. So 6 attackers now on the ice for Loyola.
Well, puck pops out. Gustafson able to collect. He's being checked by Schultz. Empty net to our right. Here's Fritchie, rink wide to Gustafson. He's got a 3-on-2, gets it into Lillibridge. Now Orzakowski shoots, he scores! Jake Orzakowski with 2:11 to go makes it a 1-goal game.
And he pulls from backhand to forehand at the very last second, roofing that. Oh my goodness, Max, we are within 1. 4 unanswered for the Ramblers. Kieran O'Brien will head back to his net. 2:11 left to go in the game. And Loyola, what a valiant comeback effort so far. Orzakowski makes his presence felt here. Oh my gosh.
A full 2:11 left. Can Loyola pull off an unimaginable comeback here tonight? Trailed by as much as 6-1.
I believe it was Cowan that made the ringside pass up, Max, unless I'm mistaken. All the way up front, just a great piece of passing there from the Ramblers.
Comes in on Adler, Taylor, with 2:02 left. Offensive zone draw. I always defer to you, and I think your line here, if I can predict your mind, is to have him halfway there. That's the Taylor Ramble rule.
Nailed it. I want Kieran O'Brien halfway to my bench. The moment we win possession of that draw, he's off, 6 attackers on. And I'm going to tell my players, too, if you win possession of that draw, you hold it.
Yep.
Right, don't ring it around the boards. Don't force anything.
Winning draw, Gustafson loses it, so O'Brien skates back into his net. Gets it to Gustafson now. He can't control it through into the offensive zone. Comes to Yeagers. Yeagers shot. O'Brien squeezes the legs with 1:45 to go. Stevenson will have an offensive zone draw.
Guys, keep in mind that save that Kieran O'Brien had on that Stevenson power play, that diving effort to keep that puck out is looming huge now. Loyola on the brink of just tying us up with 1:45 left.
It feels like that save was hours ago. It was right after Loyola made it 6-4, almost made it 7-4 did Stevenson. But O'Brien kept it out. Garrett Grady trying to win control of the puck so that they can get their netminder off, get a 6 attacker on. Cowan settles, he looks, goes to Gustafson. Gustafson can't control it through the neutral zone. Now Yeagers, cut off by Fritchie. Yeagers a move, he scores! Oh, Davis Yeagers makes it a 2-goal game with 1:19 to go.
And that is back-breaking for the Ramblers. Davis Yeagers, a swim move. He pops the puck over the Loyola defender, reaches all the way over his body, collects it on the forehand, skates right-handed shot, shoots left, low left corner. And Stevenson back to 2 goals ahead. Wow. Kieran O'Brien off the ice, 6 attackers on for Loyola, 1:19 left. Huge for the Patriots.
And the Stevenson faithful can feel it. They're 1:19 away. Empty net as Grady tries to play it forward immediately. Harmon on to Jete, and that's going to be offsides.
Unbelievable.
So neutral zone face-off to come. O'Brien stays on the bench. The 3-seeded Stevenson Patriots are 1:13 from meeting the St. Viator Lions as that empty net attempt just misses the net. Schreiber ties up the stick. Cowan behind. He looks up ice. Here comes Fritchie. Fritchie gets it on to Schreiber. Schreiber's shot towards net, easily stopped by Adler with 53 to go. Don't go anywhere after the game. Wes Anderson will be down on ice level. I'm sure we'll get Tom Wood. I'm sure we'll get a couple of players as well. Cam Schneider, I know, had 3 points, including 2 goals. A face-off draw with Boersma and Schneider here. Boersma able to win it. Orzakowski comes forward. Schneider keeps it in. Boersma trying to help as well. Schreiber shoving into the bench, and now we're going to get some penalties, some frustration on the Loyola side.
Frustration is absolutely right. That's Boersma to the box. Or at least I thought it was.
I think it's going to be Will Schreiber that's being escorted to the penalty box. And as slim a chance as there was with 45 to go, Loyola's going to head to the penalty kill. And that, folks, will just about do it. The Stevenson Patriots fight off a furious comeback here in the 3rd period. And barring something pretty miraculous here from Loyola, it's going to be Stevenson moving on to the state championship. You'll be able to see that right here on the SHL network. That will be part of the great event that the Chicago Blackhawks put on. We're proud to bring you that broadcast Sunday afternoon at 4:30 p.m. Stevenson now just looking to waste the rest of this clock. Cross ice. Here's Harlow. Comes to Yeagers. O'Gradney in the slot. Shoots. Deflects aside. Gustafson whacks at it. And here's Garrett Grady one more time. And that will do it. What a season for the Loyola Ramblers, SHL champions, but it's the Stevenson Patriots that win this semifinal, and Stevenson is headed to the state championship.
Look at Tom Wood goes in and leaps on his players. Pure excitement down in the far corner. Stevenson Patriots head right to their student section, who were cheering them on from opening puck drop all the way through the final whistle.
It was an all-out blitz from Stevenson to start this game on Loyola. They got out 4-1 in the first period. Eventually, it was 6-1 by the end of the first period. By the middle of the second period, a furious comeback from Loyola got it all the way back to 6-5 with 2 minutes 11 seconds left, and then the finisher from Davis Jaegers. And our state championship matchup is set. It'll be Stevenson versus St. Viator for a state championship, 4:30 p.m. right here at the Edge Ice Arena. It's going to be a sold-out crowd, an awesome atmosphere here in Bensonville. Folks, get here early. Tickets will be at a premium. If you can't make it, you'll be able to watch it right here on the SHL Network in partnership with the Chicago Blackhawks.
I think that lackluster first period from the Ramblers just bears too much to come back from. The slow start. A lot of hockey played over the last few weeks by Loyola. You have to question if that bore tired legs. Nonetheless, a great comeback effort could not be achieved. Stevenson comes out on top. What a game.
So we've got Wes Anderson down on ice level. He's going to grab some people to talk to here after the game. We had an OT winner in our game one for St. Viator, and a 7-goal output here from the Stevenson Patriots, and it's Stevenson that wins 3 out of 4 matchups against Loyola, and of course the biggest and most important, the one to put them into the state championship game. Heck of a season for the Loyola Gold. We mentioned the SHL championship. #1 team in the state most of the year. Ended up being the #2 seed here in these playoffs. So we're going to send it down to ice level here, where Wes Anderson's just now catching up with Tom Wood. Wes.
Coach, I saw you hugging your coaching staff. You guys are able to hold off a 4-goal push from Loyola. Talk about your resolve of your team.
Well, I already got 2 stents in my heart, so I think they added about 4 more there. It got me a little nervous, but, you know, they held on. Davis with that huge goal at the end obviously sealed everything, and, you know, credit to them, man. I mean, they have no business coming back in a 6-1 game, but, you know, that's why they're the champions of the SHL. I'm just glad we came out and played like we did in the beginning, you know, but we obviously got to tighten things up on D at the end, so.
Coach, looking forward to Sunday. Playing St. Viator, got another SHL matchup.
Yeah.
What are you looking forward to coming on Sunday from them?
Well, they're our rivals, right? So that's #1. Like, this is our Loyola New Trier, right? So St. Viator and us, they're 2-1 against us this year. So, you know, it's going to be a hell of a battle. Both games were tight. You know, one of the games we didn't have a lot of our guys there, but it's a war, and we're looking forward to it. And Timmy's a great coach. I'm looking forward to see what he brings to the game, so it'll be fun.
Coach, congrats. Go celebrate.
Wes is shuffling over to Cam Schneider. Cam had 2 goals and an assist, so Wes, take it away.
Thanks, Max. I'm down here with Cam Schneider. Cam, let's talk about that assist on the 5th goal, the game-winning goal. Nice little no-look, I should say, pass to set your guy up. Just take us through what's going through your head there.
Well, our team's probably the closest team I've ever been on. I've been in every league in Illinois minor hockey. I've been AAA, A, B, House League, everything. This team is the closest team, the most skilled team I've ever been on in my entire life. And when you're with a team that close, you can find anyone anywhere. You don't have to look. I've done it probably 9 times this season.
You talk about how close your team is. You guys are 1 win away from hoisting that state championship trophy. Just tell me what it means to the senior group to be able to do that.
I've played with probably 95% of the seniors my entire life. I've known all of them my entire life. All they've wanted to do is work towards this state championship, and I couldn't be more proud of our team.
Okay, congratulations. We'll
Thank
see you
you.
guys on Sunday. Max, Taylor, back up to you guys.
Thank you, Wes. And what I heard there from Cam Schneider is just an immense level of confidence in his group, pride in the guys he's worked with all season to get to this point. Some happy humans there in the Stevenson locker room. They earned it here tonight.
Yep, no question, and a lot of love too, right? A lot of love for his team, the guys he's grown up with, tons of experience, and I think that speaks volumes to how this unit gels and how cohesive they are. They've been fantastic so far tonight, and excited to get to watch them on Sunday.
So that will just about do it for us here from the Edge Ice Arena in Bensonville. Want to thank our great crew, Joel Schneider, Vivian Hernandez, doing a fantastic job on the camera work, as always. Jimmy the Wiz Olsen behind us, bringing us all the great graphics, replays, all the great technical work. Wes Anderson down there on ice level. Taylor Rammel to my left. I am Max Anderson. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight. Come back Sunday afternoon. Championship coming, St. Viator versus Stevenson. But that will do it for us tonight. Once again, your final. Stevenson wins at 7-5. They're going to the state championship, and we'll talk to you again on Sunday.